Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be doing the valve cover gasket replacement on this Mini Cooper S. Now this has been long overdue, and if many of you guys don't know, on these Mini Cooper S's, I know this from obviously having a previous one, the bolts on them like to corrode and you need to buy new bolts for them, which I'll be showing you later on, to replace them with from the old ones, because you cannot reuse the old bolts because they get badly corroded, and it's the best advice not to reuse them at all. So we're going to go ahead and get everything off that we need to gain access to be able to get the valve cover off, and then I'll show you how to replace the valve cover gasket and the new bolts. So obviously what we're going to go ahead and do here is I'm just going to remove these bolts, which are all for the intercooler, which actually covers the intercooler face. It's just like the vanity cover, if you call it. Remember, the two big ones go at the back, the two short ones go at the front. If you're going to put this back on, obviously we're not going to, purely because we've got a different upgraded one that we're going to be putting back on, so I don't need to worry about that. If you are going to be putting this back on, do you remember what way the bolts go on? The next thing we've got to do is now release all these. Get down, the boots down to the intercooler. Once they're removed, then we can just take all the clamps out. Just like that. Take all the bolts out from here. And once that's off, what you can do is then take the intercooler off as well. These are the brackets from underneath that you need to remove. And you've also got the brackets here, which you see me take out as well. Right here, which we're going to take out. And so once that's done, now you've got access to your fuel rail. So if you ever wanted to replace your injectors or do anything, you could easily do that. Obviously you don't have to really remove anything else. You're just going to have to take off this pipe right here, which we'll do in a sec, and unbolt this bracket here as well because it's in the way. Obviously we'll have to remove our coil pack as well, which is on top. So you have to pull the connector on the back here and leave all your ignition coils the way they sit, and just remember what way they go back round. You can't forget because of the connector on the back. It's just for peace of mind, so in that way, when you come to refitting it, you don't want to put your ignition coils in the wrong way around, as your car will be misfiring. Now we've done that, we'll go ahead and just unbolt these, and I believe these are 8 or 10 mil, not 100% sure, but I do know the bolts that lock the valve cover down are, well, they were a 10 mil, but because they're crumbling, you're gonna have to bang an 8 mil onto them to get them to release. Make sure to do that, don't try and turn them because you'll strip them even more and they won't come out. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna release all the bolts on this coil pack. Get that off and get that out of the way. You guys will be able to see what way they go back round. We'll leave them all shaped the way they're meant to go. So we remember, I'm going to whip that off. And that's the ignition coil pack out. We ain't going to be reusing this one. Again, we've got an upgraded one. So an upgraded one's going to be going back on there. So now it's been removed, then we're going to pull this off, which this pipe goes back down to the supercharger. Take that out right here, and now that's out, you just got to remember what way it goes back through. So it goes back through down here. Do remember that, and comes through into the supercharger. Some people do forget, and we're gonna have to remove this bracket out the way as well. So we're just taking out the bolts here behind to get this bracket out the way. And we'll bolt that back down after. This is the bracket you need to remove as a whole. Anything that's in the way of us being able to gain access to the valve cover needs to come off. So this one right here as well is going to have to come off. But obviously you can see the bolts are at a different angle. So for this, we're going to have to use a smaller 8 mil socket and unbolt these off, because we won't be able to use our impact gun on them, because these sit in the way of, to get that pipe off, we're just going to have to push it off just like that. That comes out of our way, because at the moment it's in the way of getting that other 8 mil bolt. And these bolts are mostly all seized with electrolyte, so they are hard to come out, proving very difficult, especially with everything in the way. And because you've got to get your hand under, doesn't make it easy either. And that's the other one out now. So now I've just got another bolt directly underneath there, which I need to try and get under to remove. Just going to use my long extension. and try and get it onto it, which I have. And just like that, it's now out. So if you see here, you'll be able to see all the bolts and you can see how badly corroded they are. Now, as I said to you, where I've done this before, I'm very, very aware of what I need to do. And this is why I'm teaching you guys on how to do it. Because as I said, my filming wasn't what it is today back then. And I don't want you guys to end up getting stuck doing this, where you strip the bolts and you end up having to have to cut them out or get them professionally removed. So the easiest way I usually remove them is by literally smacking an 8mm socket over them. Now they are meant to be 10s, but unfortunately you are not going to get a 10 over them. So do not even try or attempt to do that. What you want to do is with the corrosion is put your 8mm socket over it, just like that. Then you'll just crack it loose. So even that, you can see 8 is still spinning on it. So we need to get even a smaller one. So now what we'll do is we'll try 7. And obviously these ain't meant to be 7, but unfortunately you can't get an 8 on them. So you need to keep hitting them. Just like that, to be able to take them out. Just like that, and now you can see them turning out. And you're just gonna have to turn it like that without the ratchet because they won't turn out. You will get rubber rings that will come up with them as well. You don't have to worry about them if you bought new ones. You'll have new ones for them anyway. So you can see there how badly corroded they are. And that's the rubber ring that I said to you that sits like a seat. You have to remember where they go. And like I said, now it's been banged on, I need to try and take that off. So I'll pull it into my vise to rip it out. And obviously make sure you bin these. As I said, please, please do not be cheap and reuse them. They're only £20 for the new ones. It does not make sense. And this will be the same for all of them. You'll have to just find them all. Bang your 7 onto it and just release every single one. So now it's every bolt out of the valve cover, and I can tell already this has never been touched or changed before because you've still got the Loctite on the top there, which I know many people say, oh, there people remove the valve cover with it. No, they wouldn't. It makes it heavier. You just wouldn't do that. So this has never been removed before. I'm going to try and lift it up, which it won't come up, which means it needs a few whacks to break the seal. So again, for this, don't use a metal hammer. Make sure you use a plastic one, just like that. That's where it's never been removed. If I thought it had been, I wouldn't be changing this. So we'll just take that off. You can see there, that's now the valve cover gasket. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is change all that. And you've got rings in here that you need to remember to take out. If you don't take them out, you can end up with oil leaking here as well. They're gonna need to come up when we replace the valve cover. So we're gonna get all this off, get it all out, and then put the new one on. So first thing we're gonna do is try and prise out this old gasket. It might be a bit brittle, which it is. Feel it. And now that's out. So get rid of that. Now we need to take out these. So there we are, guys, they are out. These were very badly worn. They're replacing, you have to give them a tap with a hammer and just put a screwdriver down the side to pull them out because they're quite thick, as you can see. So we have to get them out, and they're designed not to bend. So what we're gonna do is now put the new ones in. Do have the new valve cover gasket. I know some people do leave them, but I don't see the point in leaving them at all. It doesn't make sense. We don't need to oil it up because it's already oiled, which is a good result. Just pop them into place. And these are to prevent oil getting down into the spark plug tubes. Our new valve cover gasket. And there is all your gasket on. Now what we'll do, we'll just make sure that that's all properly sealed in place, that it's not going to come out. We're not gonna have no leaks coming from anywhere. Just make sure it's all pressed down before we then put the valve cover back on. And it is. So now what we can do is we can just move our hose, make sure all our connections are out of the way before sitting back down the valve cover. Just like that, which it is. We want to make sure nothing's in the way. It's now sitting over the spark plug tubes. And these are our new bolts, right here. Now, on the back of these, it says remove the metal spacers from the old bolts by placing the spacer over a suitable support and tapping the bottom thread with a hammer. And vise is ideal for this. So we're gonna put all the old bolts in a vise and we've got to knock out the old spacers, and I'll show you what I mean. So this here is the spacers, and this is exactly what they mean. This is the parts you've got to keep. So you've got to knock these old bolts out of the spacers. So they sit in between there, you see, and they lock in, but you just got to knock them out. So you put them in a vise, or you can hold them with pliers and knock them out. It's completely up to you. That bit is right there, which locks in to the spacer here. You've got to keep these because the new bolts don't come with them. So I'm just knocking out every single one, and when we come back, we'll put the new bolts in. Right guys, so these are all the new bolts now made up, and you can see they're now stainless steel, so they will never corrode again. And all you're gonna do is just basically put them in, line up the holes, and just drop them in and screw them down. It really ain't that hard, just like the old ones. And these are now a 10mm, not an 8mm. So just to make you guys aware of that. So you can use a 10mm now, which is a lot better as well. You just want to bung them into the place. Make sure you got your washers on the bolts, because they come with new washers as well. Along with the seat, along with a rubber grommet. And just start hand screwing them down. What we're going to do is just tighten them all down. And that's it guys. That's all the new valve cover bolts back on, and we don't ever have to worry about them corroding ever again. And now, I know many of you are going to be asking about coil pack. I do have a new one, performance ignition coil with new bolts as well. And these are the performance ignition coil leads. And also the performance coil pack that we're going to be using. And this is what I'm going to be bolting on. Now, if many of you remember me from my last mini series, I did this on my last mini. These really, really help a lot. We are going to be bolting it on, but I am going to be changing the spark plugs first, because I've got new spark plugs to go in, so we're going to be doing that. So we'll just take out these spark plugs. Now we'll just get our magnet to grab them out. Just like that. And these don't look very bad. These are NGK, so they are good quality spark plugs as well. It's not like it's had any crap ones. They all look fine. We're not burning oil or running too lean or too rich, which is a good thing. All the spark plugs look fine, so that means this engine's nice and healthy. I've got 4 brand new NGK spark plugs to go in, so we're just gonna bung them in. And these come with the pulley. Now we're not going to drop them in, we're just going to slot them in like that. Another one there. Now what we'll do, we'll just turn them in by hand. We're not going to over tighten them. And then people are going to ask if these are gapped correctly. They are, because these are made for only the Mini Cooper S. I haven't just bought some generic spark plugs, which are for all cars, and I have to gap them. These are gapped, and these are 1 step colder spark plugs to compensate for the 17% pulley we've put on. So these would have already been gapped correctly for that. Just like that, and you can feel when they're tightened down. And I really know one thing is that these ignition coils really do help change these cars. A lot of people don't believe it, but they really do. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is connect this on just to here, lock it up. Now for our HT leads, what we've got to do is get our old one to be able to see how the HT leads go, what one goes where. And that is what you do, you don't mix them up. So if we look at these ones, 1 and 2 are the 2 shortest. So we can put 1 and 2 right here. 1 and 2 are the shortest, right here. And we can put that one here. Then you can put this one into here as well. Just like that. So if you can see there, that's now the new performance ignition coil on. We've also done the spark plugs, we've done the valve cover, we've done new valve cover bolts, we've done the valve cover gasket, we've done everything already at the top of this engine. We've also done the pulleys, as you guys remember. I've also taken the time to do the oil filter housing gasket and the oil cooler gasket seals. I did them off video while I was in the process of removing all the inner and outer tie rods. I've cut all them off. I'm waiting for new ones to come for that, as well as drop links. We're overhauling all this car, as I said, and I will be doing a video reinstalling all of them when they actually come, because I've only just cut them off. But as you can see here, I'm trying to make this Mini Cooper like my last one, and I will be doing that. So guys, do stay tuned. This is just one of many other videos we've got coming regarding with this Mini Cooper S. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this video and actually found this video very, very helpful if you're planning to buy one of these cars. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.